we took the route signs on the one street and we reversed it. He said, but that's bothered me. He said, I wonder how many people I misdirected. And he said, now that I'm older, he thought, I'm supposed to be a signpost pointing to something like our Christianity. He said, and I've been a horrible signpost. He said, yeah, I've been married my whole life. I've been a father. He said, I've had a good job. He said, but I've been a horrible signpost. He said, if people look at me, he said, they wouldn't see anything with our faith. And I thought, that's a good way for us to start, isn't it, my friends? In terms of looking at our own life. What kind of signpost am I? At work? At home? Out and about? What kind of signpost are we? Because we're all called to be a signpost. Myself, all of us, right? We're all called to that. And we all carry different things with us. And we all battle the same kind of things. Different degrees, right? But we all could be more patient, right? Or battle with anger, or lust, or jealousy. And we think to ourselves, yeah, we'll just let those go. I don't want to address those. And then we just let them go. We think they'll somehow go away, or they'll get better on its own. They'll get better on its own. There was a priest and his brother, their parents passed away, and they had a lake house. And it was a little bothersome for both the priest and his brother, because the distance, and whenever they went to the lake house, they liked it when they were there, but it was always a lot of work. And they had a beautiful dock, and they had sold the boat that their parents had, but they still liked to go out by the dock because it was all built up. But right by the dock was this big bush. And they hated it, because every time they go down there, they'd have to cut this bush back if they wanted to go in the dock. And finally, this priest was with another priest friend, and he said, we got to go down and I got to trim this bush back. And he was complaining to the other priest that he's got to do this, and the priest said, you need to take an axe to the root to get rid of this. He said, yeah, but that's a lot of work. He said, yeah, but you take an axe to that root, and it won't come back. Or if it does come back, it's going to take a long time, and it'll be manageable. And they ended up doing that, and of course, they were both relieved after they were done. And I thought, after reading that story, and the priest was talking about that, the sins in our life, if we don't address them, they're just going to keep growing. They'll keep growing. We need to go to the root. Keep hitting that axe. They're not going to go away, but, like confession. That's what the purpose of confession is for, my friends. To get at those root sins that we have. And we all have them. And this is a beautiful season for that. It's a beautiful season. Next Sunday we have a penance service. There'll be a half a dozen priests or so. And I hear on Thursdays from 4:30 to 6. It's a great opportunity to address those obstacles and barriers in our life and get at the root out of it. It's never easy. Just like those two priests cutting that bush, it's not easy, it's not fun. But boy, when we leave that confessional, what a great feeling that is. Because none of us like to carry this stuff around with us, do we? None of us. It makes us feel better when we act and think better, right? It makes us feel better when we're thinking right and we're acting right. And so this week, my friends, as we approach the second Sunday of Advent, may we heed St. John the Baptist. May we prepare the way of the Lord and make straight our path. God bless you.